Well, that's the resin down, and it gives off an almighty pong, doesn't it, Brad?
It does, yeah.
But needs to be done, and it's what, 3-4 hours now before it's dry and before we can get back in?
Yeah, with the temperatures we're at, we'll leave it for a good 3-4 hours, and then once it's all dry, then we'll go back in with the spider, sand off the surface, the residue of the filler, and that'll leave the gaps filled, but the floor perfectly smooth again.
Nice and smooth. Cool. And then after that, we'll go on to staining it.
Then after that, it'll be the staining, and we'll give a good hoover down in there. We'll hoover down the walls, the skirting boards, just to make it sure it's 100% dust free. Make sure everything's decontaminated from any micro dust, and then we'll prep for our staining then.
Superb. And we're going to crack on with the stairs, which again, I didn't think we were going to take that long, but it's a long process again to get it right and to go through all the steps. You actually see all the stages that you guys go through now as well. It's not just one quick sand, it's sand after sand after sand to get it exactly how we want it. So we better get on with that as well. Let's go and do some work. Well, day 4 of getting the floors sorted, mate, and they're already looking amazing, but apparently there's still quite a lot to do.
Yeah, now we are on the staining stage.
Yeah.
So now we've refined the floors, we've gap filled them, we've hoovered them beyond belief. There's not a microparticle of dust on the floors.
Is this why we have these super sexy slippers on?
Yeah, super sexy slipper day. There to protect the floor from us, from heat. And now we've got our staining equipment ready. We've got our bag of stain cloths, the tint that you have chosen for the floor, which is an Osmo stain, an oil stain called Osmo Cognac.
Cool.
Which is like a medium brown stain. Our brushes, and then basically we'll work from the corners and the back wall and work forward towards the fireplace and then head out of this door.
Yeah.
And then stop, take a pause, and then stain the second room. And then work to that back room, and then that'll dry for 8 to 12 hours. And then once it's dry, it's then ready for your next process.
Cool. So the reason we're doing that is we've got these 2 rooms have pine floors, and there was a couple of questions last night as to why we have pine floors in this room. And we believe it's to do, when the work was done in here, it was done in the 50s, and they didn't have a lot of money. So when they've actually done the work, they've pulled out all the old floors and they've only been able to replace it with pine. They've only been able to afford that. So this is the process we're going to have to follow to basically get it the same colour, to the same colour, tone it down to the oak, because this is very bright and it's obviously not in keeping with the rest of what we've done. So I'm going to go and crack on with the stairs. Okay. I'll leave you crack on in here.
Cool.
Get some work done.
Let's get going.
Well, these are done, well, not done, but they've had the first sanding down and they look this wood it's staggeringly beautiful. It's got, I think it's like, is it tiger oak, I think they call it, because of the markings in it, and it has just come up so beautiful, considering how it was. And if you look at some of the old stairs compared to this, the difference is genuinely staggering. So a few more processes to go with this one. So we've gone over it with a 60 grit and an 80 grit, which is quite a coarse grit. So next thing we need to do is a nice fine sanding, just to get the texturized finish that we want, so it's nice and smooth. And then it'll be a case of treating them, which is likely we're going to use the Gilboys hard oil wax, because it is a superb product, and it really will make these stairs sparkle. Patrick already approves, don't you? You happy with these? Are they a little bit better? Yeah, so he likes it. So we're going to crack on with that now and get some more work done. Let's go. Well, that's a wrap. We've got these three rooms are all done.
Yeah.
And I think, again, the transformation is out of this world, mate. I don't think we could have expected, especially these floors. I think we knew that was going to be a beautiful room anyway, because the floor's beautiful parquet. But these pine floors, I think, have just come up unbelievably well. And how they feel under feet. And
the sock test.
Yeah, the sock test. You can walk around with your socks on and you don't feel like you're going to get splinters and dig in, and it's just perfectly smooth. So again, beautiful. And not just in here, because in here it looks nice, but I think this particular room, we had no choice but to stain the pine down, did we?
Yeah.
To dull the colour down, because it just wouldn't have went. And when you see the process in between, when it's that really bright yellow pine, it just wouldn't ever have went in this room, would it?
I think now with the tonal difference of the stain, because we done some tests with different colours. So when Terry was looking at the samples and you were looking at the samples, I think that the tint we went for really amplifies the panel work.
Yeah.
And sort of just brings the room together.
It does.
Which kind of is fitting for the period, and just everything just
frames it, and this looks even better now than it did before. Again, just because we don't have dirty grey floors and covered in plaster and everything else. But I think the pièce de résistance for this suite, which was always going to be the case, is the floor in this room. The floor in this room, it's $1 million floor. It's just beautiful, and we couldn't have ever had this replaced or anything. So the fact that you've been able to restore it to something that looks like a masterpiece again, it's unbelievable. I
think of all the floors I've restored in Chateau up to now, this is my favourite room.
Yeah,
the panel work and the paint work, but my favourite part is this line, this border, because it's a bit of a mystery, but the quality of the chevrons and the way they've stayed intact for all that time, it's just a beautiful floor.
Well, this would have been the original old master bedroom, so for the Château, for the Grand Château.
Right.
This would have been his master bedroom, and realistically, with this being here, there was likely a little wall here and a little wall here, with little privacy rooms for the maids to come in and stuff.
Okay.
So it's likely for that, because we've seen that in other chateaus. This has obviously all been stripped back before we've got here. So I think that's the reason for it. It's in my head, that makes sense. It's the only thing that really does make sense. But again, it just looks out of this world. It really does just look beautiful. Yeah. And
it passes the sock test.
It does, it passes the sock. You could roll about in this. You literally want to lay down in it. It's obviously it's cold in the chateau because it's middle of winter, but it feels the warmth from it in terms of just how it feels on your feet. Yeah. It doesn't feel cold on your feet or anything. It's give it a warmth and it's lifted the room again. So we've still got another couple of processes left to do. Now, when you're gone, I think we've got to oil this all in. Yeah. Get all the hard wax oil down on, which again we're looking forward to, because again it really does highlight it then as well. And you've still got the hallway.
Still got the hallway to sand and finish, borders to do, and then just refine that. And that's on its own. That's just another beautiful room.
Yeah. Again, more beautiful wood. And then we're going to finish off the stairs, and hopefully Terry wants us to try and get the landing done as well, mate.
On the top floor.
Yeah. You know, Terry just likes to have the odd job in as we're going. It's normal. So we are over the moon. So make sure you check out Brad's channel, Parquet. He's available for work. So if you're in France and you need some work doing, give him a shout, because honestly, the results are absolutely out of this world. Not only that, watching his videos and seeing how he does it, it's incredible. So make sure you check that out. We hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and make sure you got the bell click for notifications. And we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.
If you'd like to be part of our journey and help restore the chateau, then please join us on Patreon, where you'll be part of our journey, receive a piece of the history, and get exclusive videos.